The bemused worker who found the baby took TV crews to the restroom to reenact his discovery. He recalled, "I heard a kid was crying in the bathroom, so I went in. You know, you don't expect nothing like that. I don't know what to say." Meanwhile, the pairs of paramedics who took the baby into the hospital were also captivated by her. One ambulance officer said, "She is a beautiful baby, she really is." Then her colleagues summed up the all-too-tragic backdrop to her start in life, adding, "The only sure thing was the baby was alive when we were en route. I'm sure whoever gave her up is having a hard time right now." All this happened more than 30 years ago, back on September 15th of 1986. The child attained nationwide fame as the Burger King baby. Cops interviewed locals, checked the surroundings for fingerprints, and searched the local area. But they never did find her mom. While hopes of reuniting the baby girl with her biological mom faded, the baby was adopted by a local couple. Brenda and Carl Hollis. They cherished her and brought her up as their own daughter. But Brenda knew that little Catherine, as she was named, would one day need to find her real mom, and she was determined not to stand in the way. So, in 1998, when Catherine was 12, her adoptive parents finally broke the news to her about her real mom. They showed her a scrapbook of pictures and newspaper articles that they had collected from time to time. The clippings detailed the story of Catherine's discovery. From that moment, as they knew, Catherine felt the need to find her real mom. As she subsequently explained on the Today Show, "You just wonder where you come from. I would never want to replace my adopted family, but being adopted, a part of you is missing, and unless you've been adopted, you really just don't understand that." As she outgrew her teens, going on to start a career in medicine as a technician, marry, and have 3 kids herself, the nagging desire to find her mom never left Catherine. So finally, in 2014, at the age of 27, she gave in to it. In fact, she sought the help of the world's greatest detective since Sherlock Holmes, the media. Armed with a picture of herself and her history, written in felt pen on 2 sheets of paper, she took to Facebook. Her message began, "Looking for my birth mother," and it ended, "Maybe she will see this, thank you." And after a staggering 30,000 Facebook shares around the world, Mom eventually did see it. In fact, it took just 2 weeks before Kathy Pochek got in touch with the daughter she had left in desperation 27 years earlier, and her own backstory turned out to have been every bit as traumatic as the prospective paramedic had guessed. Kathy was really just a child herself when, aged 16, she was raped while traveling in another country with her family. Filled with shame, she had her baby girl in the bathroom before smuggling her to the nearby Burger King and abandoning her. By her late 20s, Catherine was mature enough to understand the depression behind her mom's teenage actions. Indeed, she told the Today Show, "She left me somewhere she knew I'd be found. She did not want to throw me away." Finally, in a tear-filled reunion on the Today Show, Catherine met the mom she never knew, and she instantly found that the foundling baby, with no kin, now had 2 families to turn to. In a TV studio, with her adoptive mom Brenda on one side and real mom Kathy in the middle, her life was completed. And the amazing coincidences that somehow hid the pair from each other for all of these years were revealed. Perhaps the most bizarre was that Kathy was the babysitter for the man who eventually became Catherine's husband. So she had known her son-in-law for considerably longer than her daughter had. Aside from that, the pair ended up with similar names, Mom being called Catherine Ann, while her daughter was christened with Catherine Ann by her unknowing adoptive parents. Furthermore, it was revealed that they both drive the identical make and color of car, while both work as emergency medical technicians. So did Catherine's quest end happily ever after? Catherine was emphatic. "I got the hug that I wanted for the last 27 years and that broke the ice," she said. "I asked if I could have it and she said absolutely and just held her arms open. And the rest is history. It looked like I was looking in a mirror." The pair exchanged stories for 4 hours on that meeting, and Catherine said, "We are definitely going to have a relationship." Her new mom added, "I'm really glad you came looking for me." They have continued to meet ever since. Meanwhile, adoptive mom Brenda was not feeling put out at all. Indeed, she was delighted by Catherine's good fortune. Smiling, she said, "She had been talking about it for a long time. Never in a million years did we expect this to happen."